Let's go, kitties. Come on. You got to get out of my way in order to go forward. Let's go. Let's go get you something to eat. Come on. Good morning, folks. I start every morning the same. It's kind of later. We on the weekends, particularly on a day that we say we're going to take off, kind of sleep a little bit later. I'm usually up 4 or 5 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock, doing stuff on the computer, researching stuff, reading my Bible, that sort of thing. But I start every morning by feeding these cats. And, you know, you got to take a day every once in a while. We're always doing something just about every day. It's always something going on, somebody needing something. And you never take a break from these cats. But that's one of the things that I love about this kind of lifestyle and being kind of self-employed, is you kind of get to build the life you want. And let me feed these cats. There you go, guys. There you go. All right. Hey, quit crying. I remember, when the kids were little, we were renting a place. I was training horses. I was working security, working at 2 livestock auctions and a special post in security. So how many jobs is that? Training horses. Oh, I was training dogs too at the same time. I was buying, selling dogs, trading dogs. We trained cattle dogs and get them started and find homes for them. So we had a lot going on, buying and selling horses, training horses, all that. I was doing all that at one time. I had to be somewhere all the time, every day, with hardly any days off. I worked 40 hours on the weekends at one security post. So a lot going on. Now, one of the reasons we moved out here was to just take and to move slower. I don't know if I know how. We have a lot of responsibilities and we have things we have to do. Even today, we got to feed. It's a little later, and I say it's a little later. It's like 8 o'clock. So I slept in this morning. Didn't get up, get going real quick. It takes me a while to get going in the mornings, like an old diesel engine. I can run for a long time, steady, but I don't get going in a hurry. But that's one of the reasons we moved out here, was just to take things slower and easier and not to move. So this morning, just taking a few hours to just kind of move slow and not be in a hurry to get nowhere. I've got to get down here and feed everybody. We got to go get water. Then I got to get back here, and I'm building a trestle on Saturday of this next week. We are going to be butchering. We're inviting friends over. Going to send everybody home with some meat, and it's a fun time. You've got to make those times where you make time for people, and if you don't have one, you need to invent one. There's Thanksgiving dinners. Usually everybody's busy with their families and that sort of thing during holidays, and this is kind of coming up to Christmas. It's going to be good and cool in the mornings. So we're going to process some sheep, maybe a goat. Then we'll see how much meat we have. That's one of the good things about having meat on the hoof, is anytime you need it, you can take and you can process it. So we're going to fill up the freezer a little bit, send folks home with a little bit of meat, and we all get to come together. Some people get to learn a new skill so that they're able to do it, and we can just have a good time of food and fun and fellowship and hang out and bring the community together. So I got to get everybody fed, get the old red truck. It's going to be cold driving to town today. One another reason we kind of didn't get going very, very quick this morning, trying to let it warm up because red truck don't have no heater. So I had to kind of cut their feed back. Both of them, they're real easy keepers. Cowboys had Cushings. He's looking really good though. So I really have to watch their feed intake. They do really good on this Bermuda hay, and I'm liking how they're looking now. They've dropped a little bit of weight. Spurs has been having some swelling, particularly in his back legs. He was just getting too much sugar intake, I think, from the feed. I got some orchard grass and it didn't agree with him. So it's something that you take note of. But I got to get these guys back in shape. I'm hoping to do some shed hunting, and I want to be able to take them out. He's my Cowboy's my pack horse, and Spurs is my riding horse. So I got to get him back in shape and make sure he's good and sound, and go do some shed hunting. It's coming up. They start shedding towards the end of December, into January, sometimes even into February. So I'm gonna try to get out there and get to hunting some sheds. It's been freezing up. Water's been freezing up. These are the 2 lambs that we're going to take and process. We got from 1 Million Pumpkins over there. They are doing good. The goats are doing good. Our little bottle baby, I think he's a bottle baby. He's so tame. You can just take and pet on him and pick him up. He's still kind of a runt, but I think he gets pushed off of the feed. This guy here that we had issues with when we banded him, he finally did lose his testicles, and now he's starting to gain weight, and he's looking a lot better. Our feeder goats, they're looking real good. This guy here's another one that we've talked about, probably going to butcher. That guy there, he's kind of a slow grower. He's thick, but I think he may be half pygmy. Don't ever know. You don't ever know about them. They look like something when they're little, and sometimes they don't grow as good. This guy here, he's about ready to go. That one there needs a little bit more weight put on him, and then that one there, he's ready to go. I could actually take and this one here would be one that I would take and butcher if I was, looking for a butcher goat. But this guy here is really fat, and he's older. You can tell by the length of their horns. This guy here is just a little older than these younger ones. These are about 10 months to a year old. So this guy here is even younger. Can't always go by their horns, but you can kind of tell he's just an older goat and needs to be processed. But they're all doing really good. And this is our little goat feed lot. I take in deep bed. I put all the hay up against that fence, and they do waste some of it, but it keeps the area clean and keeps it from being wet, where they're not just standing around in a wet lot. If you had a feeder and they were just, didn't have any kind of bedding in here at all, this kind of insulates the ground, and they can pretty much lay anywhere, and it's warm. So that's how we take and we do our pens, and then we come in here about once or twice a year and we clean all these pens. So deep bedding method works pretty good. You see he's kind of ornery too. So time to put him in the freezer. This is our feed barrels. Let's say we get this from Hatch. This is a 14% feed. I generally get 2 barrels of feed with a a mineral pack. This has a mineral pack in it. It's got a really good mineral pack, and you can get more mineral, less mineral. This is about right at 20 parts per million in copper, which is great for goats. They can handle that pretty good. The sheep, you don't want to feed this to them, so I get a barrel without the mineral pack. It's just 14%, which is basically corn and soybean, but it's really putting the weight on these animals, and they're looking really good, and it's a really good way to maintain. So I'm really liking this feed. It's saving me about $100 every 3 weeks. So that's a pretty good bit than just going to a big box store and buying feed. So I'm really liking it. So here's our, move out of the way. I can't get to the thing. Move out of the way. 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 Come on. Thank you. Can't get to the trough. This is our big boar. I've got him for sale right now. I don't know if he'll get sold. If he doesn't, he's already bred this female right here that we picked up. She's lost a little bit of weight being in here with him, and that's fine. Being bred. She's not thin by no means, but a little bit better chance of her, you know, sticking, being bred. And he's a big old boy. I've kind of dropped their feed down a little bit. If we don't sell him, we're going to take him, we're going to castrate him, and we are going to put the weight back on him and get a date to process him. He's a little bit too big to be waiting. And then about February, we should have some babies out of her. And these Cooney Coons, this guy's older because he's Cooney Coons, and I don't think he's a full Cooney Coon. I don't think he is a full-blooded, because if he was, he wouldn't. I don't think he'd ever get this big, even at 3 or 4 years old. So he's got something else in him, which is fine for us. Maybe some Mangalisa, the way his hair is. But we should have some babies, and we're gonna do a round. Just with the way the meat market is and the way everything's going right now, I just think it's a good idea to have some meat on the hoof. So got these guys have been making a big mud hole over here. I've been throwing them some hay in here. They like to set up under this shade here. We're gonna have to improve her pen after we get him out, to make a farrowing shed for her, so that her babies are nice and warm for the coming winter. But we're looking forward to see what turns out. And maybe we'll sell some feeder pigs and keep back some for ourselves. So this is the one that we're going to take and butcher. We've got a date for her on the 13th of January. So she's just putting on weight. She's a little older. She is by that other boar over there that you've seen. These came with the sow. This little pig's growing nicely. I haven't really been pouring the feed to him yet. This guy right here, his testicles are not dropped, so he is always going to be a boar. So we may keep him around. I don't know. They're up inside of him, and that's a condition. I may put it here on the screen, that where they just don't drop. They stay up in the abdomen, and sometimes it makes them almost sterile. They don't have a real good fertility rate, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with him. You know, they can sire pigs. It's just, unless they drop, you know, we can't really cut them out. You'd have to do surgery, and it's a lot of money to take and put into a animal to take and do that. I haven't checked into the exact cost of it, but there is a vet over at Holbrook that could do it. I may have them taken. and do that just so we can raise him out. He's really fat, and he may not, I don't know, he may not have any at all. There are cases where they're born without them, but this little sow right here is a good little sow. So right now, you know, we got this one going in the freezer. If we don't sell the boar, he'll go in the freezer. So this one will be the one coming up. That is my daughter-in-law's pig. It's a cross pig, looks kind of like a warthog. She's had it for about 3 years, and he's just a pet. We actually gave her this hog. We had a litter of pigs that were mixed pigs, and this is what he grew into. So they just keep him on a maintenance diet, and he's enjoying life. So not one of our meat hogs. But like I said before, we're trying to go a different direction. We may take and offer some halves if somebody's interested in some pork. We may offer halves. Again, we're doing a deep bedding in here. Every time it goes to get dirty in here, I just take and I put a layer of hay in here or straw, and we pack it in. Keeps the ground warmer, and keeps them up out of the mud and out of stuff. And they root it and it gets dirty, but this is how we take and do this. And all this goes into our compost pile. So for later down the road, if we need compost, this stuff breaks down really good. The hay does, and it really makes good compost. So everything working together with everything else. So here's the bull. He has really packed on some mass. I don't know if you guys can see down his back. You know, these Corriini crosses, they're not a big framed animal. It takes them a while to grow out, but he has really packed on the weight. This feed, I've got him on a high concentrated feed. You know, he has free choice on hay. As you can see, there's hay laying around everywhere. So this is our cow that we picked up, traded Rowdy for. She was kind of thin. The pictures that they sent me were, she was a little bit thicker, a little bit better, a little bit heavier. And these Corriinis, they take and, you know, Corriini cross, they take and they are kind of a thin framed heifer. She had been turned out. They got her up off the desert, so she was a little bit thinner, but she's coming along nice. They say she was running out, so more than likely she's bred. They're more like a wild animal. Their babies are thin, small little things. So I don't know. She may be bred, she may be not. We're gonna wait and see. As you can see, she's kind of thin in her back end, but a lot of these Corriinis are anyway. And when they haven't been on good feed, they tend to be a little bit thinner. But it's 14%. This good hay, she's coming along. She'll get back up to weight, and she may be bred. She may have a calf, which it's good that we took and got her. And, you know, I could have said, no, I'm not doing the trade. She's too thin. But I know how it is out here. And a lot of people say, well, how could you trade Rowdy to this guy? And this guy, the cow come off the desert. She's been turned out. A lot of range cattle get thin this time of year. It's called the shrink. Grass quits growing. Grass gets thin, you know, and a lot of guys have cows on the desert and they get thin. You know, it's one of those things. You don't have eyes on them all the time. And people that have stuff in the backyard don't understand range country. So, you know, she wasn't beyond help, and she wasn't, you know, she wasn't near death's door or anything like that. She's just thin. And again, these are thin framed cows. So if they lose a little weight, they look worse than they actually are because they're thin framed cows. But I think she's going to make a good addition here to the homestead. We're going to wait and see if she's bred. Talking with a guy right now about maybe running a few head on his lease. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I may buy a few more of these Corriini crosses, and they're hardy. They do good on rough country, and we can winter them here on the homestead and turn them out in the spring on his lease. That'd be really good, and maybe we'll have enough cattle to take and pay for our cattle and pay for processing. So all good things. We'll just see if they come to pass or not. It's always, you know, an and if or a maybe, but I have been talking to them, and it seems promising, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, we're going to get some weight back on her, get her healthy, and get her up to weight. That way, if she does have a calf, it's got the best chance of making it. So we ended up today, like we started today, we hauled some water, cleaned out all the watering troughs, went to town, got water, got a little bite to eat, had, I guess you'd call it brunch, wouldn't you, babe? Yeah. With our daughter Anna. So that was our day today. Started feeding, ended feeding every day. Hauled some water, had a pretty good time. Caught up with our daughter at brunch, and clean watering troughs. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Well, we're going to end this video up. We're going to end this video up right here. Remember to like, share, subscribe. If you like what you see, tell your friends about us. Take and check us out there in our Mornings with Moses. Check that out. We appreciate it.
Check you out.
Check me out. I'm the one on there. Okay. Check it out. Leave a comment. If it helps you out, let us know. Kind of keeps me motivated to keep going forward. I know it's helping some folks because they comment every day and they say it's right on. So we're going to take it, continue on until it gets dark here. Until next time, trust in the Lord and do good. Live off the land, enjoy the bounty of it, and we'll see you later.